I love Orange because I was raised here. I went all through school here from kindergarten through 12th grade. This is where my grandparents' house was. They built these 3 duplexes after the house was sold and torn down. I had Mr. Pingle for 7th and 8th grade at Emmanuel, and one day he decided that he needed to sell his home on Pine Street. Mr. Pingle had owned the home since the early 30s when he came to Orange. And fortunately, he didn't do too many things to alter it. I was a young realtor, and I told Mr. Pingle that I would love to own his home. I've been there now for 33 years, and I love my home and my neighborhood. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. The people are really what makes Orange unique. It's such a community-based city. People tend to stay here. They don't move away. Orange needs to preserve its neighborhoods. All of our neighborhoods are important, not just in Old Town, but throughout the city. And we need to make sure these neighborhoods are not threatened by things that will decrease their livability and their value, like, for instance, homelessness, poor code enforcement, crime, graffiti, all of these things, and unwanted development. Well, here's an unfortunate situation on the right. We're down in Hart Park now. This is obviously a homeless person that at least has a vehicle to sleep in. We do have a homeless problem in Orange. It's just not being addressed. So I used to love riding this bike trail, but it looks a little bit intimidating. I know a lot of people have told me that they don't even want to ride this trail anymore. It pains me to see people on the streets just suffering, not being able to have a place to take a shower, not being able to get services, clothing, a hot meal. I have confidence that we can actually end homelessness in Orange. The way we do this is we have to provide temporary shelters, because the courts have ruled in Martin versus Boise that you cannot ask someone to get out of a public space or out of a park or out of the creek. You cannot accuse them of loitering unless you can provide a bed for them to come to for shelter. See the area over there with all the bikes and the trash in the creek? Do you live down here? You live down here?
Yep.
Yeah.
My name's Chris. I would shake your hand, but my hands are dirty.
Okay, I'm Dan. That's all right.
Introduce yourself.
Nice to meet you, Chris. My plan is to get the faith-based groups and the nonprofits in Orange together, find places where we can set up temporary shelters, not permanent shelters. Those are very expensive. There are permanent shelters in existence that we can steer them to down the road, but for now we just need to get a roof over their heads and a bed where they can come and spend the night. If they refuse, then they will have to be incarcerated. But we're going to be there when they get out of jail as well and say, okay, are you ready for us to help you now? Here's some more trash. I just have a thing where I have to pick up trash. I can't walk by it. They can get assessed for drug, alcohol, and mental illness. They can get a hot meal, they can get a shower, and they can bring their dogs, they can bring their stuff. They can have a place where they don't feel threatened.
Anyone else?
I'm Dan, what's your name?
Robert.
Hi, Robert. My middle name's Robert.
Oh, that's cool.
How long have you been down here?
Going on 14 years.
14 years,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. If you had a place to go at night, would you go? If someone offered you a bed with a roof over your head?
You mean like just shelter-wise?
Yeah, but there you could bring your pets, you could bring your stuff, you could get help.
I think I would do that, of course.
I really feel that we have a strong community that can resolve this problem, and we don't need taxpayer money to do this. It really makes me happy to see all the signs throughout the city in support of me, and I take that with a great deal of responsibility, because I really want to listen to everyone, whether you're Republican, Democratic, or no party preference. I'm going to listen to you and represent your interests at City Hall, and I can assure you of that.